It's winter, 6:30 a.m., and I am about to walk my freezing legs to my high school, our high school, Charter Oak. Sure, to some of you that seems early, but 4:30 a.m. is the time I wake up every morning, and school is my destination Monday through Friday. I have all of my homework finished every night, and I'm nearly never late to class. It's all the key components I take to ensure I look like a quality student when I enter those gates every morning and leave every afternoon. I stay to myself mostly, except for the occasional acquaintance, and I learn more from books than in class. Eat it all, the list is endless. Yet with all this knowledge, the one thing I have never read in any book and never seen in any essay is the thing that outlines America's youth more than all the greats. The five most common words I hear are not by Shakespeare or Aristotle, yet they formulate a complete image of our youth of today. The five words are, it's cool to be dumb. So even though it's winter at 6:30 a.m. and I always work my hardest to be the best I can be, when I enter those gates I become nothing but a know-it-all to my classmates and my teachers. Well, there's one thing I don't know, and that's why. It all began in the 1950s with plays like West Side Story, in which characters of low intelligence were portrayed as the cool kids, and only seemed to continue with the 60s movements and serious drug and sex abuse. It then only spread into the 80s with Ferris Bueller, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Dazed and Confused, and so on. This portrayal of hip ignorance within the media led its horrid course. There is no original theory I am laying out, though. To better understand what theory I am hinting at, we can look at the second law of thermodynamics, which clearly states that the universe is constantly winding down and losing usable energy. Everything rises and falls. The only question then to ask is, how did we start falling? A great teacher of mine once told me every powerful empire begins to fall with the loss of morals and values. Look at our world. Have we not lost them at this point? The images we portray as young adults is, in the least, a poor excuse for the future leaders of America, and whether we'd like to believe dorks stay dorks or not, this is the generation of unemployment, and what matters most is either what you've done to be the best or what you'll do to keep a job. Our youth of today fall into the category number two, and they care more about their appearances than their characters. So many morals and values have decayed over time, and more divorces occur in America than ever before. Families don't eat together or talk to each other. Technology overwhelms the average American life, and the age for smoking, drinking, performing sexual activities, becoming pregnant, and dropping out of school decreases with every day we spend living. The average American household has both parents working at all times, and half of the American population suffers from divorce and dysfunction. What Americans seem to forget is that we are not lucky to have our jobs. They are lucky to have us as employees, and if we don't treat business accordingly, then we are merely repeating history with the start of the Industrial Revolution and the way workers were treated. All this means is that a depression is slapping America in the face, whether we see it or not. No amount of morality will bring us any further to an answer. You can either be a leader or be led, and the way our schools teach the students is merely to form a future of led as opposed to leading. Our government has finally crossed the limit, yet only the true leaders recognize this startling fact. The entire educational system is now focused mainly on the testing rather than teaching. We are told to memorize this and that and to transfer it on a test, but we are hardly told to think for ourselves. Being a senior, you see many things change, and from my freshman year to now, all that has changed is my smile to a bitter frown. Good teachers lose their jobs every day, while horrid excuses for human beings survive and thrive on this new school system, which allows them to do nothing above what is expected. The era of the Achiever has passed like a dwindling rose, and its sweet smell is only lingering in the noses of the people who remember how spectacular it once was. As for me, I know change only happens with the stand. Out of the crowd we must rise to prevent the mediocrity of society. We shall be the proud, the loud, the truth. And this is just the beginning.